A 24-yard field goal in the final seconds, and Colorado beat Texas 34-31. Both games on the road, both remarkable stuff of legends. At Nebraska, option master Tommy Frazier had the Cornhuskers rolling and highly ranked. Then blood clots, street clothes, and sidelines for Frazier. The search for a quarterback. Number 18, Brooke Beringer, steps out, then goes down with a collapsed lung. But now he's back, healthy, running and passing. And there is number 1, I-back Lawrence Phillips, running and running and running.
ABC Sports College Football and the College Football Association present the Big 8 blockbuster. Number 3, Colorado. Number 2, Nebraska. The Bowl Coalition top 10 standings. Penn State on top plays Ohio State later today on ABC Sports. Right now in Lincoln, number 2, Nebraska, number 3, Colorado. And there are some who feel the winner of this game could move into that number 1 position.
Hello, everybody. Keith Jackson. Behind me, Memorial Stadium, University of Nebraska, Lincoln. Today, the Cornhuskers will have their 200th consecutive home sellout. It's a string that goes all the way back to 1962. That's a long time. A couple of good reasons for it. One, they win a lot, and the people come to support their team. Today, the unbeaten Colorado Buffaloes are thundering across the plains to take on the undefeated Nebraska Cornhuskers. Sort of reminds me of that old Roger Miller lyric, "You can't roller skate in the buffalo herd." Well, I would suggest to you that the Cornhuskers intend to find out. Bob Greasy for the X's and O's in a moment.
Lincoln, Nebraska for today's game between number 3 Buffaloes and the number 2 Cornhuskers. Lynn Swan is with us reporting from the field. Bob Greasy here with me in the booth. Bob, even though the running backs Rashaan Salam and Lawrence Phillips are headliners, it's the quarterbacks that seem to hold center stage for this one.
Well, both defenses will be aimed and trying to stop those running backs, and it's the quarterbacks that need to perform for Nebraska. Brooke Beringer, making only his 4th career start, is healthy. They're going to be running 100% of their offense, options, rollouts, whatever. The concern for Osborne is if anything happens to him, there are 2 walk-on quarterbacks behind. But Osborne says we can win with Brooke Beringer. For Colorado, Cordell Stewart, 29th start of his career, leads the team in passing, the conference in passing. This team is explosive. They are number 2 in the nation in total offense. His problem is he has not performed well against Nebraska. The Huskers know that. They're going to try and get after him. They feel if you can control Stewart, you can control this offense. And, of course, Stewart needs to play well for Colorado to win.
Bill McCartney of Colorado says this is a tough place to play. It's homecoming. The Sea of Red is at flood tide, and it should be a great college football game. 7-0 on the season will kick off. Neo Voskerichian. Receiving will be Nebraska. 8-0 on the season. Number 21 is Damon Benning. Back from a sore ankle, Clinton Childs. Number 26, both tailbacks. The game is on. From the 7-yard line, it is Damon Benning, the sophomore from Omaha. And he runs it across the 20 to about the 23. Brooke Beringer, 1994, those are his numbers. He is the number 2 quarterback as of the start of the season. He became number 1 when Tommy Frazier went down with blood clots. Then he suffered the collapsed lung and became a cause célèbre throughout this area. But he's back, he's healthy, and today Tom Osborne says they'll run the full book of their offense with Beringer. The opening carry of the ball game goes to guess who? Lawrence Phillips, a penalty flag from the umpire as Phillips is grabbed by the face mask. And so you can add some yardage there for Nebraska. Colorado actually won the toss, elected to take the ball in the second half.
This is from the opposite side of the field. Johnson, number 46, the inside linebacker, I believe is going to be right there. Grabs the face mask. He was the linebacker filling the hole. First play of the game.
Moves the ball to the 35-yard line where it is first down for the Cornhuskers. Same formation, and the man in motion is Lester Johnson. The ball goes to Phillips. And Phillips will have 3 yards on the carry as the inside linebacker, Matt Russell, makes the tackle. The inside 5 for Colorado, very good. Lawrence Phillips has become the bell cow of the offense for the Nebraska Cornhuskers. It's not unusual that the I-back will lead the Nebraska offense, and it is necessitated by the fact that Tommy Frazier left and Brooke Berringer had to be phased in. There's Tommy Frazier on the sidelines, one of the best option quarterbacks of his generation. Phillips, a 200-pound sophomore from West Covina, California, is the single back and has the ball again. He bounces around a lot, works his way to the 45-yard line. It depends on the mark. He's very close to a first down before Greg Jones brings him down. Now Nebraska comes out and attacks Colorado, Bob, right in their toughest spot, right up the middle. And the Colorado defensive people are very quick, but it's the offensive front for the Nebraska Cornhuskers that really makes this train go.
Well, that's where
to you in a moment.
Yeah, that's where their strength is, Keith, and that's what they're doing here to start the ball game.
First down at the 45-yard line. This time the ball is handed to Corey Slesinger, the up man or the fullback out of the option, and he pops in there for a couple of yards. And here are your big people up front. And on the right side of the offensive line are Brendan Stye and Zach Wiegert. They're about as good as anybody I've seen in the last decade. They're both 300-pounders. Aaron Graham is the center. Zadiska and Wilkes on the other side. They're all good, but Stye and Wiegert are exceptional. It is second down and 8. Berringer rolls it out, stops, looks, and throws to the sidelines and throws it out of bounds. And it was a good decision to throw it out of bounds because Dalton Simmons was all over Reggie Ball. The defensive front for Colorado, Clavel, Hicks, and Holland, and Hicks in particular is a force in the middle. He never stops. He's coming all the time. You've got to put him on his back to keep him out of a play. Linebackers are quite good. The secondary is led by Chris Hudson, an All-American nominee at cornerback. He also returns kicks and should be a very prominent personality in the field position battle of this day. It is third down and 8 now for Nebraska. Berringer straight back and has some time. Goes underneath with it. The ball is caught by the tight end. It's a big play for Eric Alford. A big play for the Cornhuskers. A first down at the Colorado 32-yard line.
The tight end, it was a 2 tight end situation, 2 wide receivers. The tight end on the right side is going to slow block and then release. Berringer is waiting for him the entire time. Obviously something that the Nebraska coaches picked up in film study because he was wide open, and a first down.
So the Cornhuskers manifesting something of a threat here in their first possession. There's a mix-up here. Now they get Phillips in the right place. Ball is snapped over Berringer's head. Has to come back and cover it all the way back at the 47-yard line. That play was out of sync from the very beginning, and Aaron Graham, the center, snapped it over the quarterback's head. And that's a high snap because Berringer is 6'4".
The problem was Graham, the center, snapping the short shotgun, pulled and was running to the left. It was a running play. Berringer was going to hand off to the back. Both linemen, the right guard and the center, were pulling, so he snapped it too quickly and was trying to pull all at the same time.
So there is a big loss. It is second down and 25 as the ball comes back to the 46-yard line of Colorado. Handed to the up man, Corey Slesinger. He pops that past the initial line of scrimmage, but the linebackers get him. It's number 46, Ted Johnson.
Nebraska had a nice drive going, Keith. Osborne was mixing up his formations. He even had 3 wide receivers at one point. Then he went 2 tight ends on third down and picked up the first down. Then on first down, after the big first down, he went shotgun. A little bit of fancy. He's got some tricks. Tom knows what they're doing for different formations. He wants to know how you're covering it. But the shotgun kind of fooled him and threw him for a loss.
Third down and 19 now. Third and very long. And it's Berringer throwing the ball. Throws it into the ground. Bad pass. He felt the heat coming. He got rid of the ball. He had plenty of time to find his man. Once he found his man, he felt the pressure and then hurried to throw, and it didn't work. And so the Cornhuskers now will have to punt it away. So they make a mistake when they had something going, hurt themselves.
The one bad snap really stopped the drive. Forced him into 3rd and long situation.
That is Chris Hudson waiting for the kick return. Darren Erstad is in the punt. He is a sophomore, comes out of Jamestown, North Dakota. Gets the ball way up in the air. Hudson drifts under it, lets it go. The ball is bouncing around, and Nebraska kills it inside the 5. It'll be Colorado's ball. First down at their own 3-yard line. Bill McCartney, 13th season, Colorado, winning its coach in Buffalo football history. We're going to watch his team start with their initial possession from their own 3-yard line. Stewart gives to Salam, going to the outside, and he's out of bounds at the 4, run out by Tyrone Williams. Cordell Stewart, 5th-year senior, 6'3", 210, Marrero, Louisiana. His numbers are strong for 1994, even stronger through his career. But he is the wheel horse. He's the guy that makes this whole thing hum for Colorado. Gain by Salam, who is one of the leading running backs in the country, was 1 yard. It is 2nd down and 9. Don't be surprised if Stewart tucks it under his own arm and takes off with it. Like that. Gain is up to about the 8-yard line.
One of the problems there, Keith, at that end of the end zone, the field, the end zone, the crowd, the noise, they do a lot of check with me. That time he checked off. Salam went one way and Stewart went the other. Just couldn't hear.
McCartney had said several times during the week that this is one of the toughest stadiums he's ever seen to play in because the crowd is vociferous.
Especially when you get to either end of the field.
Yep.
Yeah.
It is 3rd down and 5 for the Buffaloes from their own 8-yard line. Cordell Stewart at the goal line gets pressure, passes away. The pass is caught, but Matt Lepsis, the tight end, is taken out of bounds short of the first down. They roll him out at the 12. He had to get past the 13, and the Buffaloes will have to kick. They should come out of this with pretty good field position. Andy Mitchell, a redshirt freshman from Littleton, comes in to do the punting. And at times he has hit some howitzers. But his overall average is not particularly good at 35.5 yards. He has had 1 blocked. And the Cornhuskers have 10 folks up there right now looking at him. Baron Miles, number 14, is the man you might want to put your eyes on. He's moving around right now, looking for a crack in the middle, coming back to the outside. Here he goes. He got loose, and he just missed it. Just missed it. But he put enough heat on the punter, Mitchell, that he sort of hooked it left and rolled it out of bounds. There's a penalty flag thrown back around the 12-yard line. It's a 40-yard punt. It may be that Miles got into that neutral zone. Nope, it's going to go against the Buffaloes. Miles timed it pretty well. He just missed it.
Yes, he did. And Nebraska has blocked 4 kicks this year. And as you mentioned, Colorado had a punt block just last week. Miles has blocked 6 kicks himself in his career. 3 this year and 3 last year.
John Laurie is the referee. The penalty is declined.
Take a look at the bottom of your screen just to the right side. Miles 14. You saw the personal protector, the up back, was moving as the ball was snapped. Miles is pretty good. They move him around wherever they feel as though they can get an advantage. That's where Miles will be.
From the 49-yard line, their own 49, here come the Cornhuskers for their second possession with Phillips and Slesinger in the backfield with Beringer. They're going to sweep it, give it to Phillips, cuts it in the crack, and picks up about 4 yards on the carry. And now let's hear from our colleague, Lynn Swan.
Well, Keith, my key for this ball game is in the offensive line of Nebraska, and I think they've got some of the best people, led by number 72, a senior, 6'5", 300 pounds, Zach Weigert. When he gets out in front of a blocker, he is putting people on their backs. And you saw in that first drive, Nebraska is going to have to try and control the offensive line to win this ball game. They've got the line to do it. The wind in this ball game is very interesting. You don't feel it down low, but if it gets up high, it's going to affect the ball, blowing it from left to right, Keith.
All right, 2nd down and 6 for the Huskers. Beringer turns, gives it to Phillips. He looks in the middle. He bounces to the right. And he's about a yard short of his first down as Ted Johnson, the senior from Carlsbad, California, was waiting for him, number 46. The 3 down linemen, Clavel 92, Hicks 94, Holland 93, and those 2 inside backers of Russell and Johnson are very good for the Buffalo.
This is going to be a great matchup all day, Keith. The battle of the line of scrimmage with Nebraska's offense and that offensive line going against that inside 5, that front 5 for Colorado.
3rd down and call it 2. Option down the line. Quarterback got his first down. He almost held it too long before he had a chance to pitch. Then he committed himself, and then he took another step before he made his cut upfield and just barely got his first down.
Well, let it be noted that on 3rd and 3 with 8 minutes and 30 seconds to go in the first quarter, that Nebraska and Osborne ran their first option play with the only quarterback that he feels he can win this game with, and that's Brook Beringer. Beringer, of course, had some problems with a collapsed lung. He is completely healed from that. But you never know what the next hit may produce.
Put it on the 41-yard line of Colorado. Call it first down for the Cornhuskers, and time is called with 8 minutes and 12 seconds remaining in the first quarter, and no score. College football on ABC Sports, brought to you by Chevrolet, the cars and trucks 36 million people depend on every day. Genuine Chevrolet. Zima, a unique alcohol beverage. Shopback, be as quiet as you can be with the new Shopback QSP Quiet Super Power. And Energizer, still going. Long-lasting Energizer batteries keep going and going and going and going like Bob Greasy.
Going and going.
It is first down and 10 from the 41-yard line on the Colorado side of the field. Nebraska owns the football. Give it to Phillips, the big tailback or the eye-back. Stutters and skitters through there for about 7 yards. And let's spend a moment for the first time today with John Saunders. John, howdy.
And howdy to you, Keith. Thanks a lot. Reminding everybody we'll be here all day long with scores and highlights. Also, game 2 of the doubleheader at 3:30 Eastern time. Most of you will see Ohio State against #1 Penn State. And the Nittany Lions may need to win big in this one to stay #1. One of the 2 teams below them could leapfrog them with the victory. Right now, let's take you back to Keith Jackson. Keith.
John, Joe Paterno earlier in the week was asked a question about that. He got downright cranky. He just walked off and left the questioner. And you can't blame him in a way because it doesn't mean a bloody thing right now. Corey Slesinger, the fullback, carries it for Nebraska, and he's got a Husker first down. So they move the chains again. They had this going a little while ago and made a mistake to stop it. Tonight on ABC, the Olsen twins, Cloris Leishman and Meshack Taylor, in a special Halloween family movie, Double Toil and Trouble. Sounds like my morning. Then Michael Chiklis stars in an all-new commish, all tonight here on ABC. Ball is just inside the 30. Beringer down the middle. Pass caught to the tight end, Mark Gilman. And he's close to another Husker first down, but they're going to mark him just a little bit short. So that tight end on the right side of the field from the offensive perspective is wide open for a second time.
Well, they've run enough plays into the line of scrimmage. Here's the tight end over to the right side. If I can get this telestrator working, and it's not going to work. Right to the right side of your screen. Go ahead and run it. Play action. Watch the 2 linebackers as they're going to fake right there. 87, a little pop over the middle. That's what that running game inside has set up most of the first quarter.
Second down and a short 1. And a whistle. Did they burn the clock? Might have. There were folks bobbing around. You might have had somebody in the neutral zone. John Maury.
False start offense. 5-yard penalty.
Colorado defensive people were moving around, and one of the Nebraska linemen moved, and it's 5 yards the other way. So it's the second time now they've had a move going downfield, and the second time they've made a mistake. You got Eric Alford back in at a tight end position. Gilman is going to go out. Shaw comes in too. So you've got a double tight end alignment now for Nebraska. A single back with Phillips.
This is the formation Colorado uses entirely right here.
And second down and 6. Option with Beringer, the quarterback around the corner, inside the 15-yard line, and a first down at the Colorado 14. Beringer is 6'4", 210, and he's absolutely convinced that he's going to convince some people today that he's also a tough guy.
Well, he is no Tommy Frazier running the option, but don't make a mistake. This kid can run the option. He's got 4.6 speed, and everybody wants him to run it. They don't want him to flip it to Phillips. They want Beringer to carry it, and he just picked up a big first down.
So far in this first quarter, Nebraska's had 16 plays to 3 for Colorado. And the Huskers are now threatened. First down at the Buffalo 14-yard line. Into the middle, Slesinger, touchdown. Let's hear one for the big old fullbacks. Is in for the extra point try. Snap is good, hold is good, the kick is good.
You know, Tom Osborne is the master of the sleight of hand. You see the tailback, but he gives it to the fullback, number 40. Good blocking up front. He's going to take it into the end zone. Osborne moves it around, but he always knows who you're thinking about least and gets him the ball.
7-0 Huskers. Nebraska will kick it off now. Erstead will nail it. Got a good leg. Waiting for it is James Kidd, number 2, and Herschel Troutman, number 26. A wide receiver and a freshman tailback for Colorado. Nebraska to the lead at 5:47 to go in the first quarter. 7-0. High kick. Drifting into the wind to the 11-yard line, where Kidd takes it and comes back to the 24-yard line. Tomorrow here on ABC Sports at 1 Eastern, 12 noon Central here on ABC Sports. First down for Colorado from the 25, and Cordell Stewart, the quarterback, goes down hard on a driving tackle. The two linebackers on the outside for Nebraska, Troy Dumas, number 4, and Ed Stewart, number 32, are former defensive backs.
Yep.
And they are very fast.
This defense, they went to this defense last year. There are only 2 players on this defense that weigh over 240 pounds. They are quick and they are very fast.
Second down and 9. Stewart back, throws to Westbrook on the sidelines, and he's taken out of bounds. At about the 30-yard line, here is Lynn Swan now with Tommy Frazier.
Keith, thank you. Tommy, I know you want to be in this ball game, but first I've got to ask you about your health. How are you feeling right now?
Oh, I'm feeling fine. The doctor said everything is going well. I saw him this morning again, and he said, told me just be patient and just wait for everything to heal itself.
Now, tell me about Brooks' confidence in this ball game.
Oh, Brooks is in a cloud 9 with his confidence. He's ready to go out and play. He showed that the first series where he drove the ball team down. He got 1 touchdown, but he's ready.
We hope you get well very quickly. Thank you very much, Tommy.
All right, Swanee, thank you. Penalty flags and whistles have stopped the play here. It's a 3rd and 5 call. And Fourier, I think, got a little bit of an early start there. And so that's an instance where the Buffaloes now have hurt themselves with a mistake. They had a 3rd and 5, and that's going to back them up into a 3rd and 10.
Again, Keith, it goes back to the fact that the noise is so loud and you cannot hear your quarterback. The quarterback should not go on any quick counts. No quick counts for the Buffaloes here today.
Stewart with a quick drop, gets it off under pressure, bounces the ball. There were 3 red shirts coming after him, And they just kind of ran over people to get to him. Tony Birdie was back there trying to protect him. They took him down anyway. So the Buffaloes, for the second time, will be forced into a punt. And Andy Mitchell is on the field. That sends Kareem Moss back for Nebraska. Moss is a defensive back. Mitchell gets it away. The ball takes a sideways hooking bounce and comes back up the field, and the Buffaloes will kill it at about the Nebraska 41-yard line. And so the Huskers come out of that after a 35-yard punt with very good field position, leading 7-0.
The Buffaloes have had the wind at their back the first quarter, but their field position has been from the -3 and -25. It's been Nebraska that's have excellent field position, this time starting at their 41. The time before this, when they scored, they started at the 49.
Berringer sets him up, wide at the top, wide at the bottom, run an option play, turn it upfield, shake off one man at the line of scrimmage, and pick up 6 yards on the play. And here's John Saunders. Special teams saved him last week.
Yep. Colorado beat both of those teams earlier in the year, too.
2nd down and 5, they call it. And Lawrence Phillips is taken down as he tries to run up the middle. Ted Johnson in the ball game defensively for Colorado just made another tackle. That'll give him 6 in the ball game. So he's very busy.
He's a leading tackler on this team. In fact, he has been the leading tackler the last 2 years.
Clock running at 3:40 to go in the first period. It is now 3rd down and 3 for the Cornhuskers. Berringer gets his pass off. It is caught. It is good for a first down by Mark Gilman, the tight end. Gilman took a step back and for a moment almost yielded the first down, but then was able to plant himself and drive ahead and get it.
That's just good poise by Berringer. 3rd and 3. You want to keep possession. Didn't rush it. He looked downfield before he came back off to his tight end. And Nebraska continues to control the football.
There was no pressure from the outside again by Colorado. They have not been able to get any so far. In fact, got Phillips into the ball game now. Actually, John Newton started at the outside linebacker position, but Phillips is in now. This thing went wrong from the first snap as Phillips was way deep in the backfield, had to retreat some more, and then eventually had to just tuck it away and take it at the line of scrimmage.
What he could get.
Yep. At the conclusion of the game, a genuine Chevrolet Most Valuable Player from each team, 24th year through the Chevrolet Scholarship Program, $1,000 donated to the General Scholarship Fund of each school. It is 2nd down and 10 for Nebraska. The ball is resting at the 47-yard line on the Colorado side. Berringer still got it. Now here comes some heat. He throws a balloon into the crowd. It'll be 3rd down and 10. Shannon Clavel, number 92, popped through there and got away from the offensive lineman. And Zadiska couldn't pick him off as he made his run on the quarterback.
Here's a look at Hicks, number 94. They're going to double team him here, and Clavel, 92, is the beneficiary of that. He's going to take off, but Hicks has got his hands full at the moment.
I'll guarantee you he does. With Wilkes and Graham both popping him. 3rd and 10.
Those offensive linemen know who the top defensive linemen are.
That's it. Oh, Kerry, he's not too used to being put on the seat of his britches either. That pass is completed, but it's only going to be good for about 2 or 3 yards to Abdul Muhammad because Chris Hudson just took him right down, and now the Cornhuskers will have to punt.
Well, the Buffaloes have a pretty good defense, but the key to that whole drive there was the first down play when it was minus yardage, and they got Nebraska into a passing situation.
Erstad is in the punt for the Huskers, and Hudson is back. First kick by Erstad today was 38 yards. Hudson is back at the 10, and the punt going into the wind is a mile high and straight up into the air, coming down to that bright morning sun, and he makes the catch at about the 10-yard line, and now there's a penalty flag. And it might be that they didn't give him the 2 yards. Let's see it. That's what it is. All right, we've told you about the quarterback already, and the running backs and wide receivers. Christian Fourier is one of the better pass-catching tight ends in the country, despite the fact he's also one of the better blocking tight ends. He's a good player.
Outstanding.
Yeah, he's really a good player. The offensive front for the Buffaloes, Nauli has matured into quite a good football player. The basic strength of it is right there in the middle of the line. Stoltenberg, the center. It is now a first down and 17-yard line for Colorado as they go to Salam. And Rashawn Salam runs it to the 20, where Troy Dumas leads the tacklers for the Cornhuskers. Nebraska's defense, Phil Ellis is the new member of the linebacking corps, and he's just been playing very well of late and earned himself a start. He's a 225-pound junior out of Grand Island. Doug Coleman had been the starter, but Ellis, who gets pretty jacked up and plays awfully hard sometimes. Tony Veland is a former quarterback in there at the free safety position, and Baron Miles, we showed you a while ago, he is one of the specialists on the team. Very quick, very good player. Here comes Stewart on the option. And Cordell Stewart will have a first down as he is run out of bounds near the 32-yard line. We have 50 seconds remaining in the first quarter. So the Buffaloes move the football a little bit for the first time in the ball game.
This is their third possession of the ball game, and that's their first down. The Colorado in the Big 8 is outstanding. Nebraska's offense is number one in the other categories. Now they're going up against a Nebraska defense that's pretty good also. In fact, Nebraska leads the Big 8 in almost every defensive category.
On first down, Stewart throws underneath, tried to just softly drop it into Matt Lepsis, the tight end, the big sophomore who seldom catches the pass, and it simply didn't work.
As we mentioned, Nebraska first in rushing defense, scoring defense, total, and second in passing. They also lead the conference in total number of sacks. Third down defense, they are outstanding.
Westbrook and Kidd are the wide people. Salam, the single back. Give it to Salam. Looks for daylight. And he is wrapped up at the 35-yard line. Kareem Moss, the strong safety. There have been a couple of times today when Salam has been given the ball that it looks like Kareem Moss may be the spy because he's right there when Salam gets the ball.
They're using an 8-man front. Salam leads the country in 3 different areas: rushing yards, points scored, and all-purpose yards. And, of course, Nebraska knows that. They're up in his face. They said, we're going to take away the run. You got to throw to beat us.
Could be the last play of the first quarter here.
You got single coverage on the outside.
Blitz up the middle.
They're gone.
Ball hit the ground. Ball hit the ground. It's an incomplete forward pass.
That was a shuttle pass.
Phil Ellis was right in his face, and he was trying to shovel the ball to Salam, and he almost came out of there with 6 points.
This Nebraska defense is aggressive. They are attacking, and they are across the line of scrimmage. Upfield, that ball was almost intercepted for a touchdown.
Nebraska has had 23 plays, 11 minutes and 36 seconds of possession in the first quarter. Now you have 3 seconds remaining, so they have control this first period. Not a very good kick. It's shanked. It's out of bounds. See where he finally stops walking. It'll be Nebraska's ball, first down at their own 40-yard line, a 25-yard punt. The Huskers lead 7-0 after the first quarter. Osborne, 22nd season here at Nebraska as the head coach. He just walked off the campus at Hastings College, it seems, as a quarterback came over here and joined Bob Devaney's staff. He's been here the whole time. He's watched his team dominate the first quarter. They lead 7-0. They start the second quarter of play, first down at their own 40-yard line. It is Slesinger, the fullback. And it's first down at the Colorado 30-yard line. Steve Ruska and Chris Hudson finally brought him down, and Ruska is shaken up on the play.
From behind the defense, that's Wilkes, 76. It's going to come down, and the fullback, the guy you least think about, Rosga's 15, is going to get injured making this tackle. But I think, Keith, when you talked about Osborne coming out of the break, and you mentioned that he was a quarterback, the thing that impresses me is his play calling, the different number of formations. He goes from one series to the next, one play to the next, shifting a lot of players in and out for a guy that is last in the conference and 101 in the nation in passing the ball. He uses a lot of formations, and he knows when to use the pass, and obviously knows when to use that fullback up the middle.
It's kind of interesting, too, that one of the reasons he insists on keeping the option as part of the offensive book, the option is hard to prepare for. It makes the other team spend a lot of time working on their defense.
Right. He knows how difficult it is for his defense to prepare for an option team. There's Mike Hankwitz, the defensive coordinator for the Buffaloes.
Put the ball at the 31 now, first down, and Lawrence Phillips is the single back with T.J. Cunningham replacing Ruska at the free safety spot. First down for the Huskers, and Phillips has the ball, and Phillips is in the arms of Shannon Clavel and will go down after a 1-yard pickup. The first quarter numbers.
Well, big time numbers on the right side for Nebraska. 8 first downs to only 1. The plays 23-11, almost more than 2-1. Time of possession, of course, 8 minutes. Nebraska had the ball more than 8 minutes in Colorado the first quarter.
Just inside the 30, second down and 9 for the Cornhuskers. Buffalo show a 4-man front right now. And Beringer going down the line, delivers it outside to Phillips. He comes around the corner, and they've got him a yard short of the first down. He picked up 8. He needed 9. Ball will be around the 22.
Phillips stopped on the play by number 59, Greg Jones.
The thing that made that play was the quarterback holding on to the ball, forcing the outside defender to defend him, and then finally pitching the ball to Phillips. Nice job. Beringer, in high school, he was from a wishbone team, but he could throw so well that the wishbone system was kind of changed over to a passing, but he can run the wishbone, he can run the option, and he's a good thrower.
Third down and 1 from the 22. Phillips. Pretty good lick there from Mike Phillips, a redshirt freshman out of Louisiana, but I think Lawrence Phillips won the skirmish and makes it a first down at the 20 of Colorado. I mean, that was a pretty good thump when those two big guys ran together.
Phillips and Phillips.
Ball is right on the 20. Nebraska leading 7-0, threatening again as we start the second quarter of play. This possession started on their own 40. Slesinger. And this time they wrap him up. Darius Holland out of Las Cruces, New Mexico, was the first big man of the down 3 to get a piece of him.
The Colorado defense, Keith, is creeping up. The safeties and the corners are creeping up to stop that Nebraska run. Said 8 guys, maybe 9 guys that time. Neil Meady is one of them. He had 11 tackles earlier in the year against Michigan by sneaking up there. You see now, only 2 guys deep, 9 guys up to stop the run.
Gilman, number 87, pretty good receiver at the tight end. Give it to Phillips. Little juke, gets away, first down, inside the 5. Matt Russell finally brought him down. You want to run the football? Be the eye back at Nebraska.
From behind the defense, Clavel is 92. Russell, 16, is being blocked by Wiegert.
Look at Slesinger. Woo! He took Johnson, turned him upside down.
Well, the thing is, Russell, 16, who finally made the tackle, made it about 16 yards downfield after he finally got rid of Wiegert Zach Wiegert, the offensive tackle.
That's like a massive scythe coming around the corner when those people get in front. Penalty flag as Slesinger, the fullback, carries it.
Ball carried by Slesinger.
Let's see about it. Burned the clock. So the play was late getting there, perhaps. Phillips now has 12 carries and 58 yards. Slesinger has 6 carries for 59 yards. One of them, that big break over the middle, that almost got him loose for a TD.
After the penalty.
The Nebraska fullbacks, however, pay their dues. Once in a while, it's their turn to get a little glory.
That's right. You don't see many All-American fullbacks coming out of here. It's always the tailback.
All right, here we go. Ball comes back to the 10 where it is first and goal. Beringer gives to Phillips, and he turns that thing into the middle, keeps paddling at it, gets down to the 6. Mark might take him closer to the 5. The inside linebackers for Colorado, Johnson and Russell, so far in the ball game with 11 minutes to play in the first half, have combined for 14 tackles. That tells you two things. That Nebraska, one, is going right at him. And secondly, Johnson and Russell are holding up pretty well.
It's also they're making tackles beyond the line of scrimmage.
Beyond the line of scrimmage. Right. Second down and goal. The ball is near the 5. Beringer going to throw. Does. Got a man at the goal line. Short, however, of the goal line. That will not be a touchdown. The ball was caught by Eric Alford. The ball was underthrown to Alford. Otherwise, he would have stepped in. So the ball is inches away from the goal line with third down coming up.
You got inside. When you get inside the 10 with Osborne, you got to watch the tight ends. This one's going to cross, and the other one's going to cross from right to left side. He's going to roll this way, hoping to pull the defense with him. The throw would have been a little bit more upfield. It could have been a touchdown.
Third and goal. From the 1. Beringer's in trouble. And the Buffaloes eat him up. Darnell Liamiti, the strong safety playing in almost a linebacker position, came firing in and got him.
Just good defense, Keith. Watch the corner to the right side. That's the defensive back. That's probably Simmons. No, it's Hudson's 47. He comes across the line of scrimmage and takes away the choice, takes away the pitch. Nice defense by the Buffs.
And Sealer now trots on. He will try the field goal. It'll be relatively short. The ball will be put down at about the 14, so make it a 24-yard try. And it's good. So the Cornhuskers get it inches away from the goal line, but good defense by the Buffalo turns them back. They settle for 3 and they lead 10-0. Time of possession very revealing. Remember that Nebraska lost a scoring opportunity in its first possession because the ball was snapped over the quarterback's head in the shotgun.
The Buffaloes have had possession 3 times and have not done a lot with it.
Erstad with the wind at his back gives it a ride. No return by James Kidd. So they'll come out to the 20 for a first down. Right after our game, unbeaten Penn State. So check your local listings or call your cable operator or the pay-per-view choices that might be available in your area. Michael Westbrook has not seen much of the ball today. They've thrown it to him 1 time. He is flanked way wide to the bottom of the picture.
It's tough to check off.
Crowd gets into it. Cordell Stewart with the option play. And they throw him out near the 28-yard line. So that's a pretty good gain. And here's John. A little news there. This is given off to Rashaan Salam. He will have a first down as he reaches the 32-yard line.
Colorado's had the ball 3 times. Their starting has not been good. Their own 3, their own 25 and 16. They started this drive from the 20. Haven't had it many plays. They've punted all 3. Now the pressure is starting to come. There's Charlie McBride, the defensive coordinator for the Huskers. But Colorado's not used to this. They're averaging 40 points a game and over 500 yards per game. They say, what's wrong? We need to get something going here.
Stewart wanted to wind up and let it rip. Everything is covered downfield. Troy Dumas then, as he pulls it down and takes off, steps into the hole and stops him after Cordell picked up about 5 or 6 yards. So they put it down, and we go to Lynn Swann.
Well, Keith, the injury report on Steve Rosga is a strained tendon in the left knee. They put ice on it. The trainers say they're not sure whether or not he will come back into the ball game, but it is a strained tendon in the left knee. Keith?
They hurt. Oh, they hurt. Yeah. 2nd down and 4 after Cordell Stewart's run. And some very good work in that Nebraska secondary. This is Salam trying for the 1st down. And he's got it. Very, very strong. That initial contact, very hard to bend him back. He will twist and turn and drive that defender.
Talking with Charlie McBride yesterday, Keith, he was talking about Salam, and the thing that he was impressed with was the balance. Said he gets hit and it's like nothing happens. You can't knock him off his feet with just a defensive back trying to throw a block at him or something. Very rarely does he go down with the first hit.
5 carries and 17 yards so far. 1st down for the Cornhuskers, for Colorado at their own 43. As the Cornhuskers step into the middle this time, changing the defensive look a little bit. Salam carries the ball and picks up close to 4 yards. There have been times, and I think we saw it in the Texas game more than any other time that I can recall for Colorado, where once they get a rhythm going, once they get a sense of balance going with Salam carrying the ball, they really knock you off the ball.
You're right. Normally they're ahead and they get a little complacent, but they need to get fired up.
This is Stewart on the option, and he's got a 1st down at the Nebraska 40-yard line.
Now, Stewart, as I mentioned, he needs to get this team fired up. His versatility is his strength. He's got the strong arm. He can run. He's got the option. He can escape if he's back there trying to throw and nothing is open. It breaks down. He just takes off.
Rick Neuheisel is the guru for Cordell Stewart this year. Rick came over from UCLA to coach the quarterbacks for Bill McCartney, and he spent a lot of time with Cordell Stewart, and he's improved him a lot.
He's helped him a lot. That's right.
This is Salam breaking to the sidelines, looking for the marker, and he's close to it before Kareem Moss can get him out. So this is far and away the best offensive move that Colorado has made so far in the ball game. Monday night on ABC Sports, Chicago Bears and the Green Bay Packers. It'll be in Chicago. It's at 9 Eastern and 6 Pacific on ABC's NFL Monday Night Football. I guess Favre is going to be back, huh?
Yeah, and I wonder what the guys are going to be wearing. It's Halloween, isn't it? Huh?
Yeah.
The guys got to come on camera wearing something, don't they? I know if Dan would come on, it would look a lot better. Doing something.
There have been 8 plays in this possession by Colorado. There have been all running plays, and the chains are being moved again for another 1st down.
And it's a critical drive for McCartney's offense, because number one, it establishes some confidence in the offense and the rest of the team, but it keeps their defense and the Cornhuskers offense off the field. It gets them back in the ball game as far as the momentum is concerned. You need to put some points on the board.
1st down from the 28-yard line. Stewart back to throw. Goes to the sideline, and the pass is incomplete. The pass was intended for Matt Lepsis. Kareem Moss was covering. Lepsis is a blocking tight end, a big sophomore from Frisco, Texas, and he only occasionally gets to see the football.
Yeah, well, he was an offensive lineman, and they just recently, well, the last couple of years, switched to tight end, but he's only caught 5 passes coming in to the to the ball game today. But that was good coverage downfield. He was just throwing that ball away.
5:59 to play in the first half with Nebraska leading 10-0. Second down and 10 for the Buffaloes. This is Salam into the middle. A little skating move, and he picks up 3 yards on the carry to the 25. It's pretty clear, I think, to you that in the Big 8 Conference, these two teams would be at the top. Oklahoma has only 1 conference loss. They finished the season with Nebraska down at Norman. Kansas State, pretty good 1-2 in this conference. They lost 2 tough ball games to these two teams.
The team that has won this game the last 6 years have gone on to the Orange Bowl.
Third down and 7. Now Stewart's trying to change his play, and the crowd is trying to defeat him. Option. Nothing doing this time. Number 86, Dwayne Harris, the big senior out of Bessemer, Alabama, was waiting, stayed at home, made the play.
And the way they're trying to stop it, Charlie McBride's defense, look at here. They've got 8 guys right up here on the line of scrimmage. They're giving the outside receivers one-on-one, but 8 guys are up there to stop the option. You got a man right there. You've got linebackers and defensive linemen coming. That's a great play right there.
43-yard field goal try from Neil Voskerichian. Blake Anderson gets it down. The kick is up. It's into the wind. It is short. No good. Well, Nebraska wins another skirmish as Colorado is turned away, and the score remains 10-0 Huskers with 4:34 to play in the first half.
Here's a look at the field goal. Vosterichian just misses.
A little bit of a breeze in there. He kept it relatively low, but even so, I think the breeze got enough of it to knock it down. Ain't playing horseshoes. 10-0 as the Huskers come back to the attack from their own 25-yard line. Behringer going down the line, hands it off to Muhammad, the wingback, coming back on the inside. He wanted to go counter on it, but they sealed him off and turned him back in. And let's check in with John.
Keith, Michigan.
The 28. Make it the 27. Second down and 8. Phillips. Finally, Russell and Johnson take him down. Clock running at 3:40 to play in the first half. Crowd right now relatively quiet. Each time the Buffaloes have been near one of the end zones, the crowd has given Cordell Stewart a tough time in calling his play at the line of scrimmage. The crowd is 76,131, the 200th consecutive home sellout. They had a big party with 480 odd people who said and had some kind of proof that they had attended each one of those 200 home games. One fellow said he hadn't missed a home game at Nebraska since 1940. So the clock is stopped on the timeout at 3:22 to play in the first half, and Nebraska 10, Colorado nothing. Stadium is the 3rd largest population center in the whole state of Nebraska every time there's a home football game in Lincoln. It is a sea of red, and it is a sea that is hard to part.
It's one of the reasons that you see the numbers that you do there. Nebraska has won the last 21 games they have played on this field.
Third down and 3. And it's kind of a long 3. Behringer back, pass over the middle, pass is caught by Alford, the tight end, and a big play all the way out to the 47-yard line. Eric Alford, 6'2", 225, out of High Point, North Carolina, caught that ball in 5th gear. He was on the move.
Well, they're going to have a blitz. The 2 inside linebackers are going to come. The tight end is here. He's going to go across, and Behringer sees the blitz. Picked up nicely, gets the ball across. There's good coverage, but he throws it out in front of him. And this kid can run, this Alford.
Yep. Is he the hot man on the blitz?
Yes, he is, the tight end. Yep. Especially that's why he goes across the center of the field.
First down 47, Behringer again over the middle. This goes to Gilman, the other tight end. And he's down to the 36-yard line of Colorado. First down.
They're working on the inside linebackers. Little play action fake to the inside. Here are the two inside linebackers. Watch as they'll step up when the action starts, and he's going to hit the tight end right behind where they are. Little play action fake. First down, you got to step up. Nice job of calling the plays and nice execution.
Clinton Childs is now your eye back, and Makovica is the fullback. And it's Makovica, the fullback, getting the ball. And he's in there for about 3-4 yards. Behringer in the passing game today, 7 out of 10 for 73.
One of the reasons, number 72, Zach Wiegert, is going to be going against Shannon Clavel most of the day. That'll be a nice struggle.
Well, Shannon held his own. And
he held his own and got the tackle. That's right. But that'll be a battle all day.
Yeah, he said last year that he was so tired the thing was over. All he could do was just kind of wave and go on to the club.
Yeah.
Second down and 6. This is Childs. And Childs will get 3. And that'll leave him a third down call coming up as Chris Hudson, number 47, made the play. Coming up on the Prudential Halftime Report, John Saunders scores and highlights, and we'll have a feature, Julia Moran talking with Colorado quarterback Cordell Stewart and Coach Rick Neuheisel as they will define the Buffalo offense and how they run it. And they run it pretty well.
Yes, they do.
Third down and 3.
Watch the tight end. 6 of 7 completions by Behringer to the tight end.
Got Gilman again. It's another first down. Inside the 15-yard line, first down at the 14, caught the ball in front of T.J. Cunningham.
Make it 7 of 8 completions have gone to tight ends for Behringer. And these tight ends that he's throwing to, Keith, are not the starting tight end. Matt Shaw is the starter, but with Osborne getting it, he's very organized on the sideline, gets in the backup 2 tight ends, Alford and Gilman. They're better receivers.
Childs stays in at the I-back. You got Muhammad over here to the left and Reggie Ball to the right, and Behringer on a broken play shovels it back to the wingback Muhammad. And the Nebraska wingback has always been one of those surprise factors in Tom Osborne's offense. So that'll go as a completed pass, and 42 of his completed passes in 53 catches has been for first down.
Watch as Muhammad lined up as a flanker. He is a flanker on the outside. Little play action fake. He waits for the back to clear. Holland, 93, said he hadn't got the ball yet. He could have grabbed him and tackled him, but he didn't have the ball. And then that's a tough play to time up. Osborne's been saving some plays for Colorado. There is no question.
First and goal, the ball from just inside the 3-yard line. It goes to Childs. He turns it into the end zone. Touchdown.
Watch the blocking of the offensive line and the tight end. That's Shaw, 85. Makovica is 22. He's going to get a block. That's too easy.
Sealer for the extra point. Got it. John Vedral, the holder. And at 36 seconds to go in the half, it is 17-0 Nebraska. Dominating performance here in the first half by the Nebraska Cornhuskers. Never quit thinking about Colorado's big play ability.
Oh yeah, but I think at this point you have to look back at a little bit of history also. Colorado has only won 2 of the last 7 games against Nebraska, and Nebraska's won the last 2. 2 years ago here in Lincoln, Nebraska beat Colorado 52-7.
Here's the kickoff by Erstad. Kidd way back there, 7-8 yards in the end zone, will not bring it out. And the Buffaloes will snap it from the 20.
One of the things that Colorado does so well is their 2-minute offense. It has been outstanding. And Cordell Stewart is the man. But I don't know if 36 seconds is enough time. I say that remembering what he did up at Michigan earlier in the season.
Both teams, Colorado has 2 times out to work with. They run it with Salam. So apparently they're going to take it to the clubhouse. As it is, they'll have one more snap if they want it.
There's a look at the comparison of the quarterbacks. Well, as we mentioned at the opening, the quarterbacks would play a major role in this, and Osborne saying that we can win with Beringer. He certainly is
5
holding up.
seconds. A very deliberate pace here by the Buffaloes. Time is gone. The first half's over. And so at halftime, it is Nebraska 17, Colorado nothing. The Buffaloes will have the ball to start the second half. Now here's John. Games ago that the Colorado Buffaloes failed to score in the first half. They trailed Nebraska today 17-0. And every one of Nebraska's possessions, Bob Greasy, have gone across the middle of the field.
Well, there's no doubt in my mind that Tom Osborne has saved a few things the last couple of weeks for Colorado offensively. He's had some quarterback problems. He's cut the offense back, but he saved a few things for this game today.
A quick look at the 2 touchdowns now for Nebraska. The first one was a 14-yard run by Corey Slesinger to make it a 7-0 ball game. This was the second possession. The first one, they had snapped the ball over the quarterback's head in the shotgun and missed an opportunity to score. But the big fullback got there for that one. 24-yard field goal by Sealer, and then this 2-yard run by the I-back Clinton Childs, and that's how we got to 17-0 at halftime. Now that's an impressive score, 17-0, but it's not all offense. There's some pretty good defense going on for these Cornhuskers.
The Nebraska defense dominated, and there's one play I'd like to show on the telestrator that indicates how well Nebraska has played. This play right here. Watch as there's 2 linebackers and 2 defensive linemen right in the middle. Now 41, that's Ellis. At the snap of the ball, he will come in. The confusion that this causes in the center of the line. He's going to come in. He's going to hit Stewart. This was supposed to be a shovel pass. Donna Jones, 84, almost intercepts the ball for a touchdown.
All right, we're ready to go with the second half now as Nebraska leads it 17-0. Colorado will have the ball to start the second half of play. They won the original toss. And the second half's underway. Down the field it goes to Kidd. He looks for some daylight and found some as he got the ball out to about the 28-yard line.
So look at the first half stats. They are all in favor of Nebraska. There are no turnovers. Time of possession big in favor of Nebraska. Total offense 234 to 89. This offense for Colorado, second in the nation in total offense. Only 89 yards in the first half.
And they come out revved up. You know that. Here is Cordell Stewart trying to get around the corner. And it's the defensive pursuit of Troy Dumas that keeps him from turning upfield and turning that into a big play, because Dumas really was the last guy.
Really only had 4 possessions. The last was just before the half. They finally moved it for 12 plays and missed the field goal, but really nothing doing for the Buffs in the first half.
Put the ball on the 34-yard line. Second down and 4.
Stewart was 2 of 6. Only 7 yards passing. Rushing. Salam had 38. Not much offense on that graphic.
Phil Savoy checks into the lineup now as Westbrook goes in motion for Colorado on second down and 4. Stewart's pass down the middle, just beyond the reaching hands of Matt Lepsis. So all of a sudden, the Colorado tight end becomes adventurous. The other one.
Well, that's exactly right. What they're forcing Colorado to do is go to their left hand, not the right hand. Fourier is the other tight end. He's caught a lot of balls. Lepsis has not caught many balls, and he is the guy that is getting free downfield. They're forcing Colorado to go to him.
So it is 3rd and 4. The ball at the 34. Buffalo 0 for 4 today in 3rd down conversion try. Nebraska's got 7 people up on the line of scrimmage, and Cordell Stewart does not like the look of things and goes to the sidelines to have a talk. We come back. It is 3rd down and 4 when timeout was called by Stewart. Nebraska was in a blitz posture, and they're still gathered all right up around the line of scrimmage. Peter almost jumped offside. Stewart back to throw, lets it go down the middle. It is knocked away. What a great play by Tyrone Williams. I mean, Williams saved a touchdown because Michael Westbrook at 6'4" was on his way home.
Man-to-man coverage all the way because Nebraska was blitzing. Everybody, there's nobody in the center of the field. If he catches this ball, he's got a lot of running room. But Williams, number 8, does the job. That's just good defense, Keith. We're going to put pressure on the quarterback and on the offensive line, and we are tough enough to cover the guys you got downfield. And they did it.
That'll take away some of your will, too, if they keep doing it. Here's the punt by Mitchell. Gets a little better kick on it this time, and back to receive it is Kareem Moss. Looking for a little help. And they don't get there in time, and so they take him down just about the 30-yard line. 43-yard punt, 6-yard return, and here's 20.
Well, Keith, at the end of the first half, Nebraska wasn't going to change anything, and that's expected. When I talked to Bill McCartney, he felt that he had to get Cordell Stewart more confident in the game plan. Nebraska's defense is just not giving him much time to throw. He's got to come back, make the quick read, have confidence in it, and throw the football. They feel like they've got to throw the football to open up that defense so the running attack can go. Keith?
They tried to do that a couple of times in that series, and the coverage was there.
Lawrence Phillips is the I-back and single back now for Nebraska as Brooke Berringer, who's been outstanding, gives it to him. And Phillips turns upfield and he picks up another 6 or 7 yards. When you get 6 or 7 yards on your first down run, you're doing all right.
Nebraska had the ball 5 times and scored on 3 of those, 2 touchdowns and 1 field goal. Pretty good field position. Much better field position than Colorado got.
Very simple thing about the game of football. It's simply a matter of acquisition of real estate, isn't it?
Sure is. Berringer, 9 of 12, had a good first half.
And as long as Nebraska can continue to run the ball, and they have the ball, Colorado can't hurt them. That's kind of the game that Dr. Tom's playing right now. Here's the ball in the middle of the fullback, and that's a first down for the Cornhuskers. Schlesinger running over the left side will move the chains to about the 43-yard line.
The difference has been in the offensive and defensive lines, Keith, and especially the defensive line for Nebraska. They are just controlling the game, but this Nebraska offensive line also is doing a nice job of opening the holes.
From the 43. Starting the second half of play with the Cornhuskers leading 17-0. Phillips. That's another first down for the Colorado 45. Wiegert, Stye, Slesinger. The wedge in front. Got him past the line of scrimmage.
Number 2, Zach Wiegert. Number right here. Watches, he's 72, excuse me. He's going to go in. Watch the block that he gets on the inside linebacker. Wiegert slides inside, knocks him off the line, stays with him, good feet. Actually ends up running back inside of the block on the linebacker by Wiegert.
So from the 45 of Colorado, it's first down. Formation set the other way this time. And Phillips to the 40. That's a 5-yard pickup.
It's a big possession, Keith. Yep. Bigger for Colorado than for Nebraska, but I mean, they came out fired up. I'm talking about Colorado, and they had a pretty good offensive series, if you can call 3 plays and out and 2 incomplete passes. But they got the ball to the area where it needed to be gotten to. They just didn't make the play. Now the defense has to come out and say, all right, we're shutting this down to give our offense another chance.
Phillips now getting close to 100 yards. He's had 17 carries for 92 net yards so far. Behringer on an option. Turns upfield with it. Hangs away to the 35, and he's close to his first down, but they may mark him a half a yard or so short.
Leading the leader for Colorado defensively, and leading tackler Johnson, 46. Fights his way down the line. Gets there. Maybe gets a piece of the tackle, but about 5 or 6 yards downfield.
3rd down and 1. Akavika is in at fullback. 210 pounds. Phillips. There's your first down. It's a big hit by T.J. Cunningham, but long after Lawrence Phillips was downfield for the first down. Put the ball on the 31. For a pass, wide open, all for touchdown. Tight end. Colorado defense kept creeping in. All of a sudden, there it was.
Here's the tight end. Watches he's going to go by, but the play action fake is going to hold the defense. Watch the linebackers. He is straight down the field. Nobody is near him. He has to wait for the ball.
Tom Sealer for the extra point. Good. With 10:42 to play in the 3rd quarter, it is now Nebraska 24-0. Football on ABC Sports, brought to you by Lexus, maker of the faster and roomier 1995 LS 400. And Fram oil filters. Fram, you can pay a little now or a lot later. Brooke Behringer having a big day in a big game. Alford has caught 4 balls today for 70 yards and a touchdown. That kick kind of dying whale. It just kind of hit there for point. And it is picked up, and a penalty flag is thrown by the referee, Jim Laurie. Herschel Troutman, tailback, had the ball and worked it up around the 25. But let's see about the penalty. Here's John Laurie. Block in the back against Colorado. Tomorrow night on ABC starts with America's funniest video. Sound effects going on around here. I thought there was a jet passing through the door there for a minute. The penalty moves it back. And on 1st and 10, the ball is snapped from the 11, and Stewart throws to the sidelines to Lepsis, the tight end. And he will pick up a first down on the play and not get up. Shake it up on the play. Well, you got a timeout as the Colorado trainers go racing across the field to attend to their big tight end.
There's been one thing that Colorado has been very fortunate the last few years is very few injuries, very few serious injuries to any of their top line players.
With Lepsis having to leave the game, that'll get another sophomore, Desmond Dennis, in at that position for Colorado. The ball is at the 25, where it is first down for the Buffaloes, and you've got timeout.
So look at the two quarterbacks today. Stewart came in, the number 5 rated passer in the nation. Behringer stats put him at number 2 in the conference.
Right now, the pressure is on him. This team trails 24-0 in the third quarter. And the ball to Salam, who has been controlled so far today, and this time gets around the corner, and he is tackled out of bounds. That's a late hit by Phil Ellis, and it's going to cost Nebraska 15 big yards.
Well, if there's any team, Keith, as you see a personal foul against Nebraska, if there's any team that can make up 24 points in less than a half, it's Colorado, because they are explosive. They have scored a lot of points in a short period of time. So look at Rick Neuheisel. He is the guru of the quarterbacks here at CU.
Salam now has 50 yards in the ball game with that run. Back on the penalty, and it's first down Colorado at the Nebraska 48. They come to this side again. Stewart keeps it, and Kareem Moss, number 29, is up there to get him. And Phil Ellis comes over to help.
Nebraska and Charlie McBride, their coordinator, have shut down the option for the Buffaloes. He said the other day that he had a couple of different ideas that he was going to use, and he has effectively shut those down. One of them was a call where the cornerback would come across the line of scrimmage immediately and just take the flip man, the toss man, man to man.
You've got Westbrook and Kidd going way wide to the top of the picture.
No backs.
No backs. Salam is a receiver down the sidelines. The ball is drilled into the middle of the field to Westbrook. He is wrestled down finally at the 35-yard line. Now here's Swanee.
Keith, you and Bob were talking about Colorado and their ability to come back in ball games. One of the big reasons is because of the great speed they have on the team. The slowest guy in their skill positions happens to be a guy who's a tight end who's only going 4.6. The quarterback has got speed of 4.3, so they can strike in one play and get back on the scoreboard.
Salam tries a carry here and gets nothing out of it. Troy Dumas was there to meet him. Little shoving match between Ed Stewart and one of the Buffaloes.
Fourier, yeah, the tight end.
Yeah, Fourier, and Stewart was howling at the official to do something about it. Nothing was done. Second down and 10. Salam again wide to the bottom of the picture as a receiver. He's a good one. And Stewart has a look at him and throws it to him. The ball is bouncing around and is on the ground and is ruled an incomplete forward pass. He never really had his grip on it. The ball was bouncing around the whole time. They're lucky it was not intercepted.
We're knocking that ball around for about 5 yards.
Yep.
And you're right. Could have been intercepted. No backs again. They're spreading the defense out. Got to throw it quick because you don't have much time. That's a wide receiver screen to Salam. He was lined up as a wide receiver, just didn't come down with it. The throw could have been better.
Caruth is way wide, and he's the speedster, and they want to go to him, and they let it fly. And Westbrook is in the end zone, and it's over everybody's head, and it is incomplete. And so once again, the Nebraska Blackshirts, the defense, hanging tough. It's fourth down and 10.
I think they're going to go for it here, Keith.
Stewart came to the sidelines, got his play. Not the first time they've done it. They're 5 out of 5. They've tried it 5 times this season. see what happens. Again, Salam is a wide receiver.
Here they come.
They got a piece of him, but he stepped away from it. They get another piece of him and take him down at the 41-yard line, where the Nebraska Cornhuskers will have the football. I mean, that Nebraska defensive front on that play just sold out.
All right, they're going to blitz. What that does, we're saying we can cover you on the outside one-on-one. We're going to give you all this room down here. We can cover you. We've got more guys that you can block. The linebackers are blitzing the first man he gets away from. Then he gets away from another one right here. Just too much quickness on the defensive side for Nebraska.
And the Huskers take over with Slesinger back in at fullback and Phillips behind him. And that's Brendan Holbein in motion. Phillips shakes the tackler, gets around the corner, and picks up 7 yards.
Here's a look at the top 25. Of course, Colorado losing here. Auburn is losing. A lot of later games. Michigan and Duke are losing. Texas.
Lawrence Phillips now has his 9th straight 100-yard plus game. He's broken Bob Reynolds' 1950 in Nebraska record. Phillips is having another big day. That was Slesinger trying for the first down on that carry and didn't get there. It takes some resolve, don't you think, Bob, for an eye back or a tailback, a running back. When Frazier went down and before Behringer had really assumed his posture with the offense, I mean, Phillips is looking at 30, 35 carries a game.
Yes, he was, as you're taking Tommy Frazier.
Yep. You got to be a pretty tough guy to get hammered that many times. He's looking. And he does not get the first down on 3rd down and 1.5 yards. They've held him. So they'll be looking at 4th and short. And the ball is at the Colorado 49-yard line. 20. We're waiting to see if a punter comes. Lynn's one.
Well, Keith, you're talking about Behringer in the backfield and Phillips. I think one of the ingredients missing when you don't have Frazier is the ability to get around the end. So far in this afternoon in this ball game, not once has Nebraska been able to turn the corner to run the option. You've got a faster quarterback in the ball game. You might be able to get there, get the ball to Phillips to turn down the field. But so far, Behringer is doing a great job throwing the football, but showing he doesn't have that kind of speed for the option. Keith?
Right now, Tom Osborne has decided he doesn't want to get foolish here. He's not going to mess with it at half a yard to go on 4th down. Punt it down there and see what happens.
Well, the other thing he is thinking now, winning this game, he's back in the national championship picture. If he goes on and wins this game, when they first lost Frazier, they thought well, maybe not. But now Behringer is back and playing pretty well, and who knows?
Erstad is in to punt. And it's Chris Hudson waiting for it. It's it way up in the air, forcing Chris into a fair catch call, and he makes it inside the 10. So he's back at the 8-yard line, and that's where the Buffaloes will have to start. Very poor field position at 6:43 to go in the 3rd quarter, and you're down 24-0. Those are the games that are coming up next here on ABC Sports. You might want to check your cable operator if the game is not being shown in your area. See what your cable man has to offer for your pay-per-view. That Ohio State-Penn State game, a very big ball game with the whole Big Ten structure of things.
And the field position for Colorado has just been awful all day for the Buffs.
Cordell Stewart lets it go. The ball is caught by Michael Westbrook. Shrugs off a tackler and gets it all the way out to the 30-yard line. Westbrook is 6'4", 210 pounds, and very strong. You don't arm tackle him.
There's a little bit of urgency here now. You got to start throwing the ball on 1st down. Westbrook with great speed. Big receiver, caught over 70 passes a couple of years ago when the style of the offense was a little bit different than it is today.
And Leslie Dennis, freshman cornerback at 5'8", 165, is not going to handle him. And that one up the middle to Salam, and he's gone to the races. Finally out of bounds, way downfield at the 30-yard line of Nebraska, and it was Baron Miles who finally came across and caught him.
From behind, there's going to be a block by the wide receiver. Watch the blocking up front. That's Irwin 63 that gets a good block on the middle line. Well, now watch from the left side. Right there was a wide receiver with a good block that sprung him for 41 yards.
Just inside the 30, first down for the Buffaloes. Crowd starting to come up at that end of the field now, making more noise. And Stewart back, dumps it off to Salam, has a blocker in front of him and reaches the 24 before he is taken down. That's about a 6-yard pickup. This is simple looking offensive stuff now, but it's, if you just, dig your heels in, it still works.
But it's time to start throwing out some of the stuff that you brought into the game and say, hey, we're down 24 points. It's getting into near the end of the third quarter. We need to open up. We need to throw the plays and run the plays and have a chance to make some big yards.
Salam comes back to the inside. Not there, as Dante Jones was among those who helped anchor the defense. Here's Swanee.
Well, Keith, they do have to open up to try and put some points on the scoreboard, but they're going to have to do it without number 88, sophomore tight end Matt Lepsis. He will be out of the ball game. He has a separated shoulder. And by the way, Steve Rosga, his injury was updated at halftime. He has torn cartilage in his left knee. Keith?
So 2 players are gone from the roster, 2 of the starters.
Yep.
Third down and 4 now for Colorado at the 23 of Nebraska. And Salam won't get there.
You got to go for it, though.
Jones again is among that group along with Christian Peter. The big defensive lineman from Locust, New Jersey, was at the bottom of that stack.
Peter is number 2 in tackles on this defensive team. It's very rare that you see a defensive tackle near the top in tackles on the team on defense, and he is. He's number 2.
4th and 2. Salam getting close to 100 now. This is the deepest penetration of the ball game by the Colorado Buffaloes. The officials stop
the defensive helmet problem there, I think. Dante Jones, defensive end who was in on that hit.
They're going to charge Nebraska with a timeout at 4:11 to play in the third quarter and leading 24-0. The ball is located at the Nebraska 21-yard line. 4th down and 2 for the Colorado Buffaloes. 24-0 Nebraska leading.
Big play right here.
Miller is in at fullback.
He's usually in there to block.
Crowd trying to make it as difficult as possible down there for Stewart. Stewart on the option. Down he goes. Number 99, Terry Corneely. Corneely blowing up the middle. And a big senior from Hyannis got his man.
Just too quick on the defensive side. 55 Peter and Keneally number 99, and Keneally gets there. Just too big and strong and quick. Tried to run the option this way. It didn't look good anyway, even if he hadn't have cut back, and he did because it didn't look good. I don't think they would have picked it up if he continued this way.
Slesinger and Phillips in the backfield behind Behringer. Phillips. There was nothing there for him. Nothing. Shannon Clavel, number 92, makes the tackle. He lost about a yard.
There's a look at the score there. If you're not interested in the scores and you just want to know who won and lost, just Grab the yellow one there. That'll tell you who wins in all finals. Now that's not on updates. You don't see any yellow there, but on the finals you'll see the yellow. So with the winners, you got them.
2-16. That's Phillips again. Pursuit fierce on him right now, and he's going to lose some more. Back to about the 21. So they've really decided to go after Phillips and take him away from him.
Well, defensively, the Buffs have got to be more aggressive. They've got to take more chances. Maybe try to get some turnovers, strip the ball. Because the offense, which is normally very productive, has not produced today.
Out of the shotgun, Behringer throws the interception. Threw it right to him. Dalton Simmons. He had one man over there in the middle of 3 Buffaloes. He should never in the world have thrown the ball, and it's picked off. And Colorado comes away the winner of that skirmish at 2:38 to go in the 3rd quarter.
Simmons is the corner. Simmons is up here. The receiver's going to go down and break to the outside. Simmons is going to let him go because he has help deep. But he sees it all the way, and Behringer didn't even see him. That's the turnover.
Buffaloes right there.
First turnover.
That's the first turnover of the ball game. It's on the 36, first down for the Buffaloes. And John Laurie has to come over and kind of move Colorado back off the side of the field. They're supposed to stay back behind that white boundary that goes around the field. Wisconsin getting their act back together after stumbling around a good bit on the earlier part of the season.
Yes, sir.
They took a whipping from this Colorado team. First down for the Buffaloes. Now let's see if they can make something of their opportunity from the 36-yard line. Cordell Stewart back, looks to throw it, does, and is there. Pass is drilled, caught by Ray Caruth. And Ray Caruth will pick up about 8 yards on the play. Now let's join John Saunders.
It's Wisconsin against Michigan, and as you mentioned, Wisconsin has it going again. Darrell Bevel, one reason he was injured, he's back. To Tony Simmons, his 2nd touchdown reception of the game. 12 receptions, 7 for touchdowns for Simmons. Bevel has 3 on the day, 24-13.
On 2nd down and 1, Salam carries the ball and looks like he may have the first down as he picks up about a yard on the play. They won't change on it. It's that close.
McCartney has been at Colorado for 12 years. This is his 13th year. He is 3-8-1 against Nebraska, and he's only won 1 time here in Lincoln of the 5 games that they've played.
They have the first down just inside the 26. They're in this position after the interception by Simmons. Really the first time today that the Colorado defense has stepped up and stuffed Nebraska up.
And done anything. Before that, Nebraska's offense had crossed midfield on every possession. Yeah.
Crowd getting into the act again as Stewart tries to call his play. Has some time. There it goes. And the receiver falls down. No flag. It is Kidd who bumped into Baron Miles and fell down, but that contact didn't mean anything.
That kid Miles, Keith, we haven't called his name a whole lot today, but is an outstanding cover guy. Only 5'8", but he can get it done. Came in with 4 interceptions and has covered everybody that's been out there.
2nd down and 10. Comes back to this side to Westbrook. Jailbreak. And down to the 6-yard line. Michael Westbrook. He is really strong once he gets that ball tucked away. And you cannot arm tackle him. You just got to drill him to get him down.
It'll be 1st and goal at the 6.
A lot of teams call this wide receiver screen a jailbreak. Watch as the offensive line are going to go down. The other line goes the other way, and the receiver, the bottom of your screen is the wide receiver. They can throw this either way, once to the back to the right or the split end to the left.
Salam, touchdown. Colorado finally gets on the scoreboard at 1:06 to play in the 3rd quarter. Salam now with 102 yards on the day, getting his 19th touchdown.
The offensive line for Colorado is very good. They have not played that well today because the Nebraska defense is just so quick.
Moskowitz knocks it up and in. And at 1:06, it is now a 24-7 ball game.
Look from behind that offensive line. Nioli and West on the right. Stoltenberg is the center. That's Dennis, 89, getting a good block. And this offense that's used to scoring a lot of points, it almost takes them 3 full quarters to score here this afternoon.
13-0.
Now you have come to one of those times in a ball game where old Mo has got to decide what color shirt he's going to wear.
You and I know, we've done Colorado a couple of times this year. You know how quickly they can score. I mean, that offense is explosive. They got speed at wide receivers. Stewart is very capable. The running back, Salam, can go the distance at any time. There is no doubt that, and Nebraska knows this, that this game is still is out there to be won.
Cornhuskers need to respond here. Otherwise, we might get to be a screamer.
I've seen a couple of those.
I told Mac that I'm not sure I can handle the too many Colorado games. I don't know how they hold up under it. I mean, this last second stuff. Woo. That kick is high. Wind's going to hang it up a little bit. Finally, it is taken at about the 14-yard line by Clinton Child. And Clinton gets a big return out of it. Comes all the way out to the 46-yard line. And here suddenly are the Cornhuskers now in the middle of the field.
But it's got to be a total team effort for Colorado. You just can't expect your offense when they get out there to go. Your special teams have got to contribute, and your defense, which the defense did. They took it away, got the interception, and the offense scored, but the special teams broke down. It's a total team effort.
This is the 5th time that Nebraska has started a possession past its own 40-yard line. They have had very good field position all day. Phillips carrying it as the penalty flag flutters in the breeze.
Number 1, Phillips, the ball carrier. Penalty flag.
We went for a long time without one, and now we've had a lot. It's against Nebraska. Now they're starting to make little mistakes. They had a pass intercepted. Now they get an illegal motion, illegal procedure call. And they suddenly turn the ball over to Colorado again, give them field position. Before you really get the 4th quarter warmed up, you're in a battle.
After the penalty, the Huskers have first down 15 on the 42.
First down and 15 as the ball comes back. Really, it's sitting right on the 41-yard line. Berger's pass is to the tight end, Alford, and he will carry it up to the 49. That's a pickup of 8 yards. So it's been one of the biggest days in Eric Alford's career as a receiver at the tight end position.
Well, he came in, Keith, with 5 receptions and 3 touchdowns, and he's caught 5 passes today and 1 touchdown. So Nebraska and Osborne like to throw to their tight ends.
Let's see if they're going to let the time go. 3, 2, 1, it's over. Third quarter is over. We'll be back with a final period between the Buffaloes and Cornhuskers after this message and the word from our ABC station. It was a year ago in Boulder that Nebraska jumped out to a 21-3 lead and then hung on for dear life to finally win the game 21-17. Now the Cornhuskers have it second down and 8. The ball at the 49-yard line, their own side of the field. They lead 24-7 as we go to the fourth quarter. Beringer delivers the ball to Phillips. He's caught and taken down. For a loss on the play of 2 yards. Chris Hudson led the tacklers.
Since the quarter change, the Buffalo should have the win. Lynn, is the win still a factor as much as it was earlier in the game?
I think so. Down low, it's not quite a factor. If you look at the field, sometimes you might occasionally see something blowing across on the field, but up high, it's blowing pretty steady from left to right. And I think it was a factor on the pass as Stewart tried to get to Michael Westbrook that was just knocked away by Nebraska. Had the wind. He was throwing into the wind. Wind not been a factor, not been in this ball game. That might have been a touchdown, Bob.
Okay. Third down and 10 now. The ball back on the 47. Beringer's pass thrown to Phillips, nowhere near first down territory. And it'll bring up fourth down, and the Huskers will have to punt. Here's John.
Keith, Michigan trying to fight back against Wisconsin. Fourth down and 2. Todd Collins to Jay Ramiresma. Touchdown in the corner of the end zone, and Wisconsin still leads by 5. The Big Ten standings, this one is a biggie if Michigan still hopes to be in the Rose Bowl. Penn State, Ohio State is coming up.
Nebraska will punt. Colorado's got 10 up. No pressure. They peel back. Kick is high in the air. Wynn holds it up. Hudson comes up, takes the ball at about the 17. And they've got him out of bounds at about the 17.
Well, that was a big defensive series for Colorado because they stopped them. Now their offense is out there. If Colorado can kick one in here, Keith, this game is really going to get exciting. Colorado picked it up, scoring a touchdown in their last possession. The numbers look a little bit better for them. 232 yards of total offense. Of course, the one turnover for Nebraska led to the score by the Buffaloes. Possession still almost 2-1 in favor of Nebraska.
They put it on the 15-yard line for the start of this possession. Stewart gives it to Salam, and he finds some room. And I'm starting to find some daylight for the running attack as they slanted off the tackles, and the gain is out to the 27 and a first down.
So behind the defense, that's Dumas, number 4. Ellis is 41. Moss, 29, comes from the other side of the field. Forces him to turn back where he gets some help from his friends.
Stewart on first down, looking to throw, bringing Westbrook back into the middle. He chooses to go the other way, and there's a gain of about 5 on the play. The play design as the wide receiver screen coming inside, but it was plugged there, so Westbrook just took off the other way.
Well, they're wide open now. They're throwing, they're giving the ball to Salam on wide plays and throwing things. They need to score, and they score quickly. And they know that if they score on this one, they'll put a lot of pressure on Nebraska.
Second down and 5. Stewart passes away for the tight end. Fourier tries to one-hand it and reel it in and cannot bring it down. Saturday at 1:30 Eastern, 4 Pacific, ABC Sports, Jack Nicklaus, and an elite field in Hawaii. Coverage, Lincoln Mercury Kapalua International, live at 3:30 Eastern, 12:30 Pacific. College football, Miami and Syracuse under the dome. The other regional action, check your local listings or call your cable operator for the games available on pay-per-view. That's next weekend on ABC. Colorado is still 0 for 7 in third down conversion.
That is a key stat right there. They haven't converted on third down.
That won't this time either. Cordell Stewart threw short of the man way wide to this side of the field. James Kidd.
Just a poor throw, Keith. They had a blitz. They wanted to pressure him. McBride said, we're going to try to rattle him. He had some time to step up and throw the ball. He threw it a little bit quicker than he needed to.
So they're 0 for 8. And they trail 24-7 with 12:21 to play in the fourth quarter. This is Andy Mitchell to punt. 2 men back, Moss and Ball for Nebraska. Pounded. And back up the field. The Buffaloes touch the ball. Finally at about the 33-yard line. So, on change of possession, you got a timeout. Our size now. Look, that's our cameraman, Steve Bringle, hiding behind all of that foliage and Halloween costuming. That looks like an old cousin of mine. Halloween becoming one of the fun weekends in the country, particularly in the smaller towns where you don't have to worry about thuggery.
The boys on Monday night ought to come on with some masks. What do you think?
I don't know. Do I have to stay up?
I bet they have something up their sleeves.
Well, how come you didn't bring yours?
I forgot mine.
Clinton Childs, a little short gain.
2 linebackers for Colorado, Russell and Johnson, 16 and 46, doing their job, meeting the guards. That's just pretty good defense there. Russell has 15 tackles.
I won't be back from my trick-or-treating until late. 2nd down and 7. Ball is at the 41. Looking for some daylight. Childs, 215-pound junior out of Omaha, and they need about 3 more yards. Here's some news about the Auburn Tigers from John.
Well, Keith, Arkansas's defense has been making it tough on the Tigers, but Patrick Nix here on 2nd and 15 finds Frank Sanders behind everyone, wide open, backs into the end zone. 10-7 now is the lead. The Tigers on top, looking to remain unbeaten. Texas is being blown out, meantime, by Texas Tech, 21-0. Zebby Lethridge with 3 touchdown passes. Keith.
That was surprising. 3rd down and 3. This is Childs. Will not get there. With Colorado in the full all-out attack mode, that kind of a play takes a little while to evolve, and they ate it up. And you're looking at 4th down.
Colorado's defense has stiffened the last 4 times. That's Russell, 16. He meets the play and stops it. This is the 4th time in a row that Colorado has forced him to kick the ball. It's like Russell may have hurt his hand.
Erstad kicking into the wind. Chris Hudson standing back at his 10. Should get the ball short of the... Oh, my goodness, that's a terrific punt into the wind. He got a tight spiral on it and drove them all the way back to the 3-yard line, and they tackle him at the 6. Huge punt by Erstad. Great coverage by the kicking team. And so once again, the old kicking game pops up. FA College Football on ABC Sports, brought to you by Chevrolet Trucks, the most dependable, longest-lasting trucks on the road. The Optima True Grace card from American Express. Castrol GTX, engineered for greater protection against breakdown. And UPS, the package delivery company more companies count on. All 5 punts by Erstad today have been inside the Colorado 20-yard line.
Keith, when the coaches talk about this game tomorrow, they'll talk about field position. For Colorado, 10 possessions they've started their 10 of their possessions from inside the 28-yard line, and 3 of them from inside their own 10-yard line.
Stewart out of the end zone, throws complete. Ball is caught by Ray Caruth and gets a big play out of it as he moves all the way to the 25-yard line. Well, they go to their 2-minute offense now with 9:41 to play, and they've I mean, it's full throttle. Yeah, it's metal to metal right now.
And they've been very successful in this style of offense.
This is Salam slashing up the middle and picks up about 6 yards. Score remains 24-7. Colorado did not score in the ball game until late in the third quarter. Or even threatened, really, until late in the third quarter. I think in the play good for the first down. In the Michigan game, I thought the Buffaloes kind of dawdled through the third quarter. Also in the Texas game they did. And now here in the fourth quarter, here they come. And that's exactly what they're doing today. Stewart gets the ball away, and the pass is incomplete. He had a man lingering on the sidelines, Christian Fourier. And under the pressure, he did not get the ball to him.
This is an up-tempo offense now, and sometimes an offense will react when you go to a no-huddle, hurry-up style, especially if you haven't, if the regular huddle hasn't worked all day, maybe a little change of tempo, and I think that's why some of this stuff with Colorado has worked throughout the year, this no-huddle, hurry-up offense. Of course, they know how to score either way.
Coming up now, 6 seconds on the snap clock. Get it off with 1 to spare. Stewart, pass complete to Westbrook, taken down at the 45 of Nebraska by Tyrone Williams. He's got a first down, and the Buffaloes move the chains again. And here's Swanee.
Okay, for number 16, Matt Russell, the sophomore inside linebacker, left the game. He had a burner, a little pinched nerve, and it's his left arm and shoulder that are affected, but he will be back in the ball game. Keith?
That's 18 tackles from Russell today, too. Westbrook, 7 catches now for 99 yards. They go inside with Salam carrying, and he is now over 100. He's something like 130 yards.
The reason they're running the ball, Keith, if any of our viewers have been because it's a passing situation. It's a hurry-up offense, so this is like a passing drill. And what they're running are like draws. And you got to remember, anytime you give it to Salam, he could go the distance. He's got 126 yards on 21 carries today.
Second down and 9. Down the sidelines for Westbrook, and it's too long, incomplete. The wind is at Stewart's back, and when you put that much air under the ball, the wind is going to impact it some.
And there just was, he wasn't open. Baron Miles, the corner, was running stride for stride with him. The thing that I've been impressed with Nebraska, Keith, is their tackling. When they broke the line of scrimmage, when Salam got through or a receiver got down one-on-one, the defensive men from Nebraska made the tackles. It's still a blocking and tackling game.
3rd and 9. Option, Stewart. And down he goes. Great tackle there by Tony Veland, the free safety, who was literally right up on the line of scrimmage as that ball was snapped.
If Veland doesn't make the tackle, Cordell Stewart runs for 30, 40, maybe a touch.
He might be catching his breath in the end zone. Veland came to Nebraska as a quarterback and played quarterback, then moved over. It is 4th and 8. And the Buffaloes are going. 7.5 minutes to play.
Here they come.
And they got him. Ed Stewart, the blitzing linebacker from this side, forced him to step right into Dante Jones.
Situation, when Nebraska wants to do something, they're putting pressure on the quarterback. Stewart, unblocked. A convention there, a meeting between the two linebackers back there with Stewart.
Lawrence Phillips is the I-back, and Brooks Behringer has changed the play. Better hurry, got it off just in time, pitches the ball back to Phillips. Phillips, the ball's rolling around, and Behringer finally has to go back and get it all the way back on the 32-yard line. Phillips never understood what was going to be happening, apparently, and then was not even looking for the pitch when it came.
You're exactly right. It was probably a checkoff or some miscommunication between Behringer and Phillips.
Huge loss.
Nebraska offensively, the last 5 series have been very sloppy. They've been 3 plays and out the last 4 series, and then this play starting this one.
6:45 to play in the game. Second down and 27. Ball back on the 33. That's Makovica into the middle, and not much there as he moves it across the 35 to the 36. Those are the Big 8 squad. Missouri's might get a win. They're leading Iowa State. That's 2 teams that have had tough seasons, particularly Iowa State. Kansas State's kind of beat up. Chad May has got to be beat up and sore because he had a tough ball game down in Boulder last week. Phillips was charged with a loss on that last play, so he at one time held Bob Reynolds' record at Nebraska, but he's now given up that record. He has only 82 yards net so far today after that big loss. Behringer's pass down the field. He's got a man wide open. I mean, nobody in town wearing black and white knew that Reggie Ball was running down the sidelines, and he threw the thing 8 yards over his head.
Wait a minute, I got to take up for my quarterback here. When he had to throw it, somebody was close, but he did run out of the coverage, but Behringer just threw it about 3 rows up into the seats.
But they had Ball out there really gone. That's the wind that got that one, because that going that way is you're throwing into the wind. Here's the punt by Erstad, and taken on the run by Chris Hudson. He's a tough guy, boy. And a penalty flag flies around, and you might even have a face mask here. Everybody was coming in there clutching and grabbing for Hudson. That might be the call. No, blocking in the back with the hands. Illegal use of hands is the most adequate definition of that. Pushing. That particular call became very obvious in the game of college football when they freed the arms of the offensive lineman. So the penalty is going to back them up to the 21-yard line with 5 minutes and 44 seconds to play. 24-7 ball game. The Cornhuskers lead it over Colorado. 5:44 to play. Buffaloes, to have any hope, have to do something in this possession. From the 21-yard line, first down. Stewart, pressure's coming. They've got him down on the 7-yard line. Dwayne Harris and Dante Jones, the 2 ends, just came like wild men.
Exactly right, Keith. Here's a look at what Colorado has done in the second half. They've had the ball 6 times, 1 touchdown. They've gone for it on 4th down 3 times and missed it. But look on the left side where they have started. From their own 11, their own 8, then they got it in Nebraska 36, their own 16, and their own 7. That is field position. That is special teams play. Nebraska has had it today.
Second down and 23. Quick pop outside to Salam, who had come out there as a wide receiver, and he makes a big play, moves the ball up to about the 28-yard line. So it will be 3rd down and relatively short, as Arkansas has gone back to the lead over Auburn in the Southeastern Conference. Danny Ford will have the Hogs back. Believe me. Just give him a little time. And the Wisconsin Badgers cutting loose today against Michigan. Wolverine's schedule was brutal this year, and I think maybe their tank's getting a little low. The other surprise was the way that Arizona State winning there. Notre Dame beating Navy. I don't think so. There was a face mask call, so it'll be a first down now as the ball is moved out to the 33. And Stewart wants to throw again and does. Going big downfield. It's too long. It was intended for Michael Westbrook. Tyrone Williams was trying to run with him. Total yards in the ball game, it's 300 for Colorado and 314 for Nebraska. And these are the games that come on the second half of the doubleheader. Ohio State, Penn State, Virginia Tech, Miami. Battle of the Carolinas, and out west it's Arizona, Oregon. That's a very big ball game, Arizona, Oregon.
Yes, it is. Oregon wins that game, and they're sitting pretty for the Rose Bowl.
Yeah, they're not in yet. This is Salam running up the middle to the 40 because they lost to Washington State 21-7, and the Cougars are not out of it because they have USC coming in, and then Arizona has to go over and play USC, and Oregon has to play out the schedule. And funny things happen up in Willamette Valley sometimes. Stewart hit as he throws. It is an incomplete forward pass. Again, Dante Jones. Jones has really had a rousing second half of defensive play.
He's a defensive end who only weighs 220 pounds. He's an ex-linebacker. Runs a 4.6 40, and
that's Tony Birdie down on the field.
Yeah.
Colorado today, and this is a very definitive step. The Buffaloes are 0 for 10 on third down conversions.
And they've also lost the battle of the special teams. The field position, they have lost field position on every punt.
I thought coming into the game that the single individual, if I were going to put my finger on a man as Tony Birdie walks off, that would play a role in the outcome of the game for Colorado would be Hudson, because he's the guy that gives you field position on kick returns. But he's not been able to.
Well, it's been the coverage team of Nebraska
that's taken it away,
that have gotten down, and the punter who has hung the ball up and not allowed him to get any yardage.
Yep. Fourth down and 3 for Colorado. Ball was in the air as James Kidd made his turn, couldn't come back to it, and they miss on fourth down again. And at 4:18 to play in the ball game, Nebraska will take over. And they take over on the Colorado side of the field at the Buffalo 40-yard line.
As we said at the opening, Keith, that Nebraska wanted to get after and put pressure on Cordell Stewart. He had not played well in the game last year. They felt like he was the pulse of this offense. If they could get after him and rattle him a little bit, not give him time to operate, that they would have this offense solved, and they have.
Nebraska, on the other hand, has been a bit sloppy offensively in the second half. They try it inside. It's a breaker for Makovica. And a first down for the Cornhuskers. Jeff Makovica tears through a hole on the left side of the line and gets inside the 15-yard line.
It's the sleight of hand of Tom Osborne. The fullback's going to get it. Little crossbalk up front. Stye, number 66, is the guard. Where'd it go? There it is, 22. The sleight of hand of Tom Osborne. Loves to use his fullbacks and his tight ends when you don't think they're coming at you.
They mark him just short on the first bounce of the 15-yard line. He was almost down at the line of scrimmage, but just kept turning. This is Phillips. And Nebraska's looking for the door slammer right here. They move the ball down to the 11-yard line. 3 minutes and 35 seconds to play in the ball game. If they stick it in here, it's a see you later.
Well, my friend, let me ask you a question. You ain't gonna like it, but let me ask you. We've seen Penn State twice, and we've seen Colorado and Nebraska 3 times.
Yep.
Where do you go with those 3 teams?
I don't have a vote.
Where do you go with Nebraska and Penn State?
Damon Benning is the tailback. I'll tell you in a minute. Damon Benning. Brooke Sperringer keeps the ball, comes back inside with it, and there's maybe a yard there for it. What do you want him to need? I think Penn State if I had a vote, and I don't, I would vote Penn State number 1, Nebraska number 2. Then I would buy the first ticket to go see him play.
Yeah. Unfortunately, that's not going to happen. But there's no question that this thing playing itself out, and it's, you know, it may play it out before the bowl games, but
it might.
Definitely two outstanding teams.
This is Damon Benning trying to turn the corner. Tom Osborne obviously showing here that he feels he's got all the points he needs.
Well, he hasn't done anything in the second half. He's just 3 and out. This is why he doesn't want Beringer to have any problems. Look who is behind Beringer. Turvin is a sophomore walk-on. Monte Cristo is a true freshman walk-on, and behind him is the student manager and a wide receiver who used to play quarterback in high school.
Cornhuskers have called timeout. Exactly 2 minutes to play in the game, and they lead 24-7. Dr. Tom, PhD, quarterback, Hastings College, came to Lincoln as a coach, assisting Bob Devaney, stayed as the head coach, and almost surely will retire here.
Class man, I guess.
Yes, sirree. 4th down and 3. Beringer getting some pressure, runs away from it, and then slides down.
The tight ends were covered for once.
First time all day, I think.
Yeah, he was looking for it.
1:50 to play. And the genuine Chevrolet most valuable players of the game are Rashaan Salam for Colorado. 21 carries, 134 yards, and a touchdown. Good day for Nebraska. And as much as anything, though he's had, I think, a terrific second half as a defensive end, Dante Jones gets the vote to represent the Nebraska defense because they have been tremendous. Chevrolet donating $1,000 to each school's general scholarship fund to reward outstanding students for their academic achievements and to help those in financial need. Coy Detmer is in the ball game now at quarterback for the Colorado Buffaloes. Coy Detmer, 6'1", and they say 170 pounds, but I tell you what, when you stand next to him, you just don't fleet it. Ty Detmer's younger brother, of course, and I mean he can whistle that ball.
And you're taking a look at the future right here for Colorado. They lose 7 starters on offense and 7 on defense, so this team is going to be a little bit different next year, but Detmer will be throwing a lot of footballs.
On 2nd down and 1, Herschel Troutman, another freshman, a running back from Naples, Florida, is belted down short of the line of scrimmage. So another tough day for Cordell Stewart. Cordell could write a book about tough days against Nebraska Cornhuskers. Third and 4. Penalty flag as Detmer throws, and the ball ricochets away from Bill Savoy. So let's see about the flag. It came from one of the linesmen. Procedure against the Buffaloes. Clock stops at 1:11. So 76,131, making up Nebraska's 200th consecutive home sellout, came on what really is an historic afternoon at Memorial Stadium at the University of Nebraska. And it's 4th down with the score 24-7 and only 1:11 to play. Mitchell is sent in to punt. So I would think now that everybody will sort of clear their bench and let everybody get a taste of it. Those who have never been involved should get a taste of it because it's in their future. Of course, the Big 8 is on its way to becoming the Big 12 eventually. And these two will remain. There's been a good deal of conversation about whether or not this amounts to a real rivalry as that punt rolls dead back at the 28-yard line. If it's not a rivalry, I sure would hate to see anything tougher than this one. So Andy Andy Mitchell will help his punting average with that bounce and roll. And at 57 seconds to play in the game, Nebraska has a chance to run it out as Matt Turman, the sophomore from Wahoo, comes in at quarterback. Young fella got a bruise on his shoulder in the Missouri game as he was playing in relief of Beringer.
I think one of the reasons, Keith, that Nebraska dropped a little bit in the polls 4 or 5 weeks ago is when Tommy Frazier was hurt and Beringer came in and was hurt. The voters saw what was behind Frazier and Beringer and said just walk-ons, and so I think that is one of the reasons why they dropped them in the polls.
Turner Gill will have a happy night. Of course, the quarterbacking falls within his coaching arena. Turner, of course, a great player here.
Yep, handles it for the...
And it'll be a particularly happy weekend for him because he and his wife, Gail, just welcomed their second baby girl to the family, Margot.
On Thursday. Congratulations, Turner.
He was something running that offense.
Oh, was he?
Oh, my goodness. So with 57 seconds left, it's first down, Nebraska. The ball is at their own 28-yard line. Ball is handed away to Damon Benning, and Benning does not get back to the line of scrimmage. Play was made by number 59, Greg Jones, for Colorado. So it was the big play. It was this week's game of the century. And it goes to Nebraska decisively, 24-7. Penn State is playing Ohio State for much of the country in the second half of our doubleheader here on ABC Sports. Benning working his way into the traffic again, just running off the clock. That should do it. Lynn Swann will be talking to Tom Osborne in just a couple of moments as the time ticks away and the Nebraska Cornhuskers remain undefeated and certainly no worse than second in the nation. 24-7.
Tom, congratulations. You showed a team that the offensive line defense completely dominated in the first half.
We played real well first half. Second half was kind of a stalemate. But we're pleased with the effort of our players. I think they showed a lot of character today and played very well. Please.
We understand why they're so happy. This is a tremendous win for your football team. The offense changed personalities for this ball game with Brooke Beringer leading this team.
Yeah, we threw the ball a little more with Brooke. He did a great job. And overall, we were just real pleased. We think we played a complete game. The kicking game was a big factor in the game.
Yeah, the second half, the team seemed offensively to lag just a little bit. What happened there?
Well, we were probably playing a little too close to the vest.
Tom, did you hold anything back in this football game on your offense or defense?
No, we didn't hold anything back.
Yeah. One last question. A number of people are going to ask you this. Let us ask you this first. Do you feel that Nebraska's the #1 team after they played this afternoon?
I don't want to get involved in that controversy. We'll let the pundits figure that one out. Thanks.
Tom, thank you. Keith?
I like his attitude. I really do. The Nebraska Cornhuskers defeat the Colorado Buffaloes by a score of 24-7. And here are your Big 8 standings now, as Nebraska obviously stays on top. And Colorado, I think, may very well be headed for a New Year's Day game themselves. Now stay tuned for the Thrifty Car Rental Postgame Report featuring scores and highlights from across the country.